What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Let's solve this math question that says find the values of x for which 8 to the x plus 27 to the x all over 12 to the x plus 18 to the x is equal to 7 all over 6. We have to know here that x is a real number. Now, our first step will be for us to simplify the left-hand side. 8 is a perfect cube, which means it can be written as 2 cubes. And it is raised to the x, so I'm going to be raising this to the x. Plus, 27 is a perfect cube, which means it can be written as 3 cubes. And it is raised to the x, so I'm going to be raising this to the x. All over the denominator, 12. 12 is same as 3 times 4. And 4 is 2 squared. Good. So that's 3 times 4 makes up 12. And this is raised to the x. So I'm going to be raising this to the x. Plus 18 is same as 2 times 9. So we have 2 times 9. And 9 is 3 squared. Good. So 2 times 9 gives 18. And this is raised to the x. So I'm going to be raising this to the x. Very good. And this is equal to 7 all over 6. So 7 all over 6. Now our next step will be for us to apply the law of indices that says when I have, for example, a times b all raised to the n, this is the same as a to the n times b to the n. So we're going to be applying this to what we have here and here. So this becomes the numerator. We have 2 to the 3 raised to the x plus 3 to the 3 raised to the x all over. Now the denominator, remember from this law, this will be 3 to the x times 2 squared to the x. So 2 squared to the x. Very good. Plus, this will be 2 to the x times 3 squared to the x. So 3 squared to the x. Very good. And this is equal to 7 all over 6. 7 all over 6. Very good. Now our next step will be for us to apply the law of indices that says when I have, for example, a to the m all raised to the n, this is the same as a to the n raised to the m. That is flipping the positions of m and n. Very good. Now applying this law of indices, we have 2 to the, switch the positions, 2 to the x all raised to the 3 plus this will be 3 to the x all raised to the 3. Remember, we're switching the positions of the power all over. Now the denominator, this is 3 to the x times, now switch the positions. This is 2 to the x all raised to the 2 plus, this is 2 to the x, so 2 to the x times, switch the positions, 3 to the x all raised to the 2 equal to 7 over 6. Very good. Now notice that we have 2 to the x, 3 to the x, 3 to the x, 2 to the x, 2 to the x, 3 to the x. So since we have something like this, our next step will be for us to introduce substitution. So let's say let 2 to the x be equal to a, and let 3 to the x be equal to b. So that means this becomes a cube. So a cube plus this will be b cube all over. Now this is b times a squared. So b times a squared plus, this will be a times b squared. So a times b squared equal to 7 over 6. Equal to 7 all over 6. Very good. Now notice that the numerator is a form of the sum of two cubes. Sum of two cubes is written as a plus b times a squared minus ab plus b squared. Very good. So this is how to represent sum of two cubes. All over. Now the denominator, you notice that ab is common. So we can factor out ab. Good. So ba squared divided by ab, I'm going to have a plus, now ab squared divided by ab, I'm going to have b. Very good. And this is equal to 7 all over 6. Very good. And now simplifying further, a plus b cancels out a plus b, so that we have a squared minus ab plus b squared all over the denominator, ab, to be equal to 7 all over 6. Very good. Now our next step will be for us to separate the fraction. So this will be a squared all over ab plus, okay, that's minus. So let me remove this. So this is minus ab all over ab, and then plus b squared all over ab. So this is how to separate fraction. This is equal to 7 all over 6. Now notice that a cancels out a from here. So I have a over b. So this is a over b minus ab divided by ab is 1. So minus 1 plus, now b cancels out b from here. So we have b over a. So this is b over a. Very good. This is equal to 7 all over 6. Now our next step will be for us to introduce substitution by saying that let a over b be equal to t. That means wherever I see a over b, it is equal to t. So this is a over b. I'm going to be putting t there, minus 1 plus, this is b over a. b over a is an inverse of a over b. That means it is going to be 1 all over t. Very good. It's an inverse. So equal to 7 all over 6. So now let's remove fraction by using the LCM to multiply through. The LCM is 60. So I'll use 60 to multiply through. So I have t here. I'll be multiplying that by 60 minus 1. I'll be multiplying that by 6t plus, this is 1 over t. I'll be multiplying that by 6t equal to, this is 7 over 6. I'll be multiplying by 6t. Very good. So now notice that t times 60 is 6t squared minus 1 times 60 is 60 plus, now notice that t can cancel out t from here, leaving behind 6 to be equal to, 6 can go out, leaving behind 7t. Very good. So now let's move 7t to the left hand side. So we have 6t squared minus 6t plus 6. And as 7t crosses to the left, it becomes minus 7t. This is equal to 0. Now simplifying further, we have 6t squared. Now minus 6t minus 7t is minus 13t, and then plus 6 equal to 0. So we have a very nice quadratic equation. Now, we need to see if we can factorize this quadratic equation. So this is 6 times 6, which gives 36. What are the factors of 36? Let's try, because we need negative 13. So let's try negative 9 times negative 4. So negative 9 times negative 4 gives 36. And then adding up, negative 9 plus negative 4 gives negative 13. So this is a tick. So we have 6t squared. Now minus 9t minus 4t and then plus 6 equal to 0. Now let's factorize. You notice that 3t is common, so we can factor out 3t. Now 6t squared divided by 3t, I'm going to have 2t minus 9t divided by 3t, I'm going to have 3 minus. Now 2 is actually common here, so let's factor out 2, open bracket. So negative 4t divided by negative 2, I'm going to have 2t. And then 6 divided by negative 2, I'm going to have minus 3. Very good. Equal to 0. Now notice that we have 2t minus 3 to be common. So we can factor that out. 2t minus 3 factored out. And then open bracket. So 3t times 2t minus 3 gives 3t minus 2 times 2t minus 3 divided by 2t minus 3 gives 2. And this is equal to 0. So we have two cases. We have 2t minus 3 to be equal to 0, or we have 3t minus 2, 3t minus 2 to be equal to 0. Now let's focus on the first case, case 1, which is 2t minus 3 equal to 0. I'm going to be moving minus 3 to the right so that we have 2t to be equal to, as negative 3 crosses to the right, it becomes positive 3. So that to get the value of t, I just have to divide both sides by 2. So 2 can cancel off, making t to be equal to 3 all over 2. Now, to get the other value for t, we go to case 2. So we have 3t minus 2 equal to 0. Now, let's move negative 2 to the right. So we have 3t to be equal to, as negative 2 crosses to the right, it becomes positive 2. Now, to get the value of t, we divide both sides by 3. So 3 cancels out 3, leaving behind t to be equal to 2 all over 3. So we have t to be 3 over 2, and we also have t to be 2 all over 3. Now, let me write the values of t so I don't forget. So we have t to be 3 over 2. We also have t to be equal to 2 over 3. Now, this brings us to our substitution. Recall that we said let a over b be equal to t, right? Good. Remember that a is the same as 2 to the x. That was our substitution. And that b is 3 to the x. And this is equal to t. Now let's apply the law of indices here. The law of indices that says, for example, when I have p to the n all over q to the n, this is the same as p over q all raised to the n. So applying this here means that this expression can be written as 2 over 3 all raised to the x. And this is equal to t. Very good. Now let's substitute our values for t. Let's start with the first one, when t is equal to 3 over 2. Good. So this will be 2 over 3 all raised to the x to be equal to t. T is 3 over 2. Now the base here is 2 over 3, while the base here is 3 over 2. So all we have to do is to make this base the same as this base. So we have 2 over 3 all raised to the x to be equal to, now writing this the same as this will be 2 over 3. And when we do that, that means we express this as an inverse. Very good. Now notice that the bases are now the same. And since the bases are the same, we equate powers. So equate powers. The power on the left is x equal to the power on the right is -1. And there you have it. Now let's do for when t is equal to 2 over 3. So 2 over 3. So we have 2 over 3 all raised to the x to be equal to t. T is this time 2 over 3. And remember, the base here is 2 over 3. It's the same as the base here, 2 over 3. But this is raised to a power of 1, which will give you the same thing. Now, since the bases are the same, we equate powers. So equate powers. The power on the left is x is equal to the power on the right is 1. So the values of x are 1 and -1. And there you have it. Well, feel free to share your ideas in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed this video and have learned something from this video, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. Turn on the notification bell so you don't miss my upcoming videos. And like I always say, until next time, take care.